Before we get started, let me just tell you, I get it. I'm a fucking weirdo. I'll tell you why I said that a little later, but just now, know that I know. Dunkirk. So Dunkirk is the new Christopher Nolan film. This one is based on a true story. I don't know how true it is to the people it concentrates on for the majority of the movie, but the situational circumstance in Dunkirk among World War II that happened. Basically, there are a bunch of soldiers stranded on a beach. The enemy is closing in. They have nowhere to go. They need off the beach. They got nowhere to go. There's an ocean there that tends to make for trouble. The Germans are bombing the boats. They're bombing them. Looks pretty bleak for these guys. Talking about what I liked in the movie. First of all, the movie is gorgeous looking. I saw it in IMAX, so it does that thing where when an action scene's going down or a really important scene, it's like boom, it just blows out in IMAX. And the movie has some scenes of intensity. Granted, a lot of the intensity revolves around people possibly drowning. Once you see it a couple times, you're like, oh, I got it. People almost drown. Oh, look at that. Another person's about to drown. And the sound when the guns are going. The first time you hear a gun go off, you're like, yeah, that sounds like a gunshot. It might have been the speaker system of the theater I saw it in, but whenever a gun was going off, those planes were coming in, it does that sound effect, you know, they're like dragons in the air. It's scary stuff. And it does make you feel like you are there. It's not like a glorified action spectacle. This movie is very realistic. The fighting is over. They're doing the fish in the barrel thing, but the fighting is, it's not like the first 30 minutes of Saving Private Ryan. However, as much as the movie was visually remarkable, wasn't a huge fan of it. I don't know what to say, because the movie doesn't really have characters. It has people in peril. People are in this movie. Characters though? No, not really. I cannot tell you a name of a person in this movie. I'm pretty sure they address the names. A lot of average looking white dudes with dark hair. There's a blonde dude though. So in a lot of scenes, I'm like, are you the same guys that I think you might be. Not a lot of talking in this movie. That wouldn't be a problem. And granted, not a lot of dialogue does force you to look at other elements in the movie. Forces you to use your ears for your surroundings, use your eyes more. And I totally get that. And that's an interesting direction to take a movie. However, more dialogue would allow you to tell me more about the characters and why I should give a shit. Not that I don't give a shit about the situation being based on a true story. However, this true story is wrapped up. It's in a box called a movie. At that point, you need characters to grab onto, and I just didn't grab onto any of these characters. I know nothing about them. Do they have wives at home? I don't know. Do they have a girlfriend? Do they have brothers? No idea. Are they serial killers? They fucking could be. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I don't know about anyone in this movie. So I can't grab on because I don't know what we're fighting for here. Life, living, yeah, that's easy to say. But you need to let me know what life this person is going to lose out on if they don't make it through the situation. Then the movie will hop over. It's like, whoa, it was daytime a second ago. Now it's night. Now it's day again. Granted, day is followed by night, which is followed by day. And then you're like, I feel like I've seen this scene before. It's doing the thing where it's showing me the same situation through someone else's eyes, so I'm effectively seeing the same thing twice, 2 or 3 times. But in a world where all these ships look the same, it's not always clear that you're seeing the same thing, because the editing of the movie was kind of messy. And as I said, the movie is a very realistic take of survival in a war situation. That's my way of saying the movie's pretty boring. As intense as the intense scenes that were supposed to be intense were intense when the intensity was going down, most of the movie is not that. Most of the movie is things are progressing forward with very little dialogue. And as realistic as you could say that is, that's like someone making a police movie, like a cop movie, the most realistic cop movie ever, and we're supposed to like it because it's realistic, even if it's 90% paperwork in the precinct, because that is most of what a cop's life is. That would be pretty fucking boring. Realistic doesn't necessarily make good. That all depends on why you go for movies. It all depends on why you're going to this movie. And as much as I'm very sure every review and reviewer is going to say the movie looks great, that's not enough for me, and it's never been enough for me to say a movie looks great. A great looking movie doesn't make for a good movie. That's like saying I have the greatest girlfriend ever because she looks great. Yeah, but what else? Like, tell me about her. Tell me about her past, her hopes, her dreams. What's in there? And if I can't tell you, that means I have a pretty boring girlfriend. Guys, in the end, this is one of those moments we have to understand why we are here, and we have to be okay with that. Are you here to hear me validate your opinion on a movie, or at least validate what you hope a movie is going to be? Or are you here to hear my honest opinion on a movie? And am I here to see validation in the comments section? Or am I here to give you my honest opinion on a movie? Hopefully it's the honest opinion one, because that's all I can give you, and that's what this is. Dunkirk looked great. It had some scenes of intensity that I enjoyed. Mark Rylance completely stands out in the movie. He's the one I actually was like, oh, you kind of have a story. But in the end, the movie was slow. It was very ambitious, but very unfocused. That's why in the beginning of this video, I said, I get it, I'm a fucking weirdo. Because apparently I'm supposed to love this movie. And when you're a small movie reviewer in 2009 starting out on YouTube, people tend to like it when you go against Rotten Tomatoes and go against the critic. But when you get a bit of a following, it starts to piss people off. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys, so Dunkirk, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.